Hi ladies, I'm Ali and welcome to Clear Skin and Wellbeing. So today I thought I would show you how I use the Jade roller for massage, and it's for massage for the face particularly. Now before I do, if you haven't subscribed before, please subscribe and also please like and share. Now I recently bought my Jade roller and I do have the box here because I thought it was very important to show you. It's really important when you do buy a Jade roller that you make sure that it really is, it does say real Jade for instance, like on the box here, because there's quite a few rollers on the market, Jade rollers on the market, which are actually glass and aren't the real McCoy if you like. So you want to make sure it's always the real Jade. Now the one I bought here, it's, as most of them do, they have a long part and a slightly smaller part. Now this long part here is for the cheeks and for the larger sections, and the smaller parts here is mainly for the eye section and also the temples. Now again, it's for me, it's important when I buy something crystal, for instance, like jade or rose quartz, is to always run it through some cold water for a few seconds. I know it's a little bit out there, but you know, you don't know where the jade has come from, who's touched it, handled it, and you know, and I just do think it's sort of, by running it in cold or cool water, would release any negative energy. So I always do that when I first get any stone, for instance. Same goes with using a gua sha. Now with this one, it does say here that with jade it does contain, it's good for purification and tranquility. So you know, it does have lots of properties, and these have been used for hundreds and thousands of years. So there we are, the jade roller. Now I'm going to show you how I would use it. Now when you first use the jade roller, first thing to do is wash your face and make sure it's really clean, and to then tie the hair back. Now again, as per normal, I don't have any makeup on, I've just washed my face. Now if you have very dry skin, particularly if your skin is slightly more on the mature side like mine, sometimes it's good to put on either a serum first or some form of spray just to get some nice natural nice sort of moisture in the skin. You don't want to be using the jade roller on dry skin. So as in, you know, you also then want to use a oil afterwards. So what I'm using is my trusted spray here. It's a facial spray, and so I'm just going to spray just 2 or 3 little sprays and then just pat the face down. As with anything on using on the face, it's all about, you could say, quiet time, and time to just have a bit of self-care, and make sure you also do the neck as well. Now what I'm going to do with the jade roller is I'm going to massage it and release hopefully some of those toxins throughout the lymph, and then we're going to release the toxins. So once you've put some serum on your face, or as I have my spray, I would highly then recommend putting on some form of slip. You don't want to be dragging the jade roller around your face. Now I always use a organic rosehip oil. I love rosehip oil. As I've said before, it contains retin A, natural retinol for the face if you like. Any other type of oil is fine. I prefer personally, the vegetable plant-based oils rather than the mineral oils. So if you can just put on, you wouldn't need too much, 2 or 3 drops. And I would just rub it in and make sure it's warm, and then just slowly just pat it onto the face and also the neck. Now I have done a video on tapping and also face yoga exercises for certain parts of the face. It's all kind of linked, to be honest. Right, so once we've done that, you can probably, you know, you've patted it in, but to make sure, I like to make sure that it has dispersed throughout the whole of my face and neck, so I probably would give it just a very light, nothing too hard, just a few sweeping motions first, just to make sure it's all rubbed in with my hands. And I tend to go up on my neck first. I always like to go up at the front, but always down from the side. And if you see any red, that's fine. That's just red blood cells rushing to the surface. Now we have lots of lymph node points along here, so just make sure it's all nice and covered there. And then I'll just go very carefully again, just making sure all that oil is on the face. I just like to sort of warm my face up first, if you like. And then I'll work my way across up to my third eye, and then all along here. And again, just work a little bit under. You don't want to be dragging the skin, just very lightly. And then on my nose. Right, so now we're ready for the jade roller. Now, as I said before, I would always, wash my face, and then it's all kind of ready. So we've got the jade roller here, almost lost it then. Now, the first part I'm going to do is on my neck. So I'm going to use the largest part, and I would just go gently up. Now, I'm quite fortunate with this jade roller because sometimes they can make a bit of a squeaking noise. This one isn't too bad. And then, you don't need to apply too much pressure. It really is good for fine lines and wrinkles. And then I would actually, once I've gone up, I'll go across, working all the way to those lymph nodes along here and by the ear to the back of the neck. Now you could put your jade roller in your refrigerator, or you could put it in some to keep it cool, or you could put it into have a glass or a bowl of cold water, and you could keep putting it into water if you want to keep it cool, which is actually probably quite good, particularly if you have bags around the eyes, you just want to do that eye area. So again, just more up there. And just get a sweeping motion, and then across under the cheek, the chin. You may want to swallow, I always do. Tends to be, the lymph, toxins. And then I would work on this side. By using the oil, it really does help, and I do like to sort of, you could say, double bubble it, so it's allowing for penetration into the skin by using the jade roller, plus you're getting that lovely massaging effect and helping get rid of some of those toxins within the face. And then just work your way along. Right, so we've done the neck, so I'm now going to work on this section. I like to usually work my way up and then release. I tend to work up here, this part's here, and then get to here, and then work my way down this way to then final release. So now if you come here and if you can just see the bits here on the chin, I'd go across. Now we have lots of lymph nodes along here, so you want to just move it across. And it's so relaxing. You can actually see the lymph working. And then you can go a little bit deeper in by the cheek. I like to follow the contours of the cheek. And then do the other side. I mean, you could go as fast or as slow as you like. I don't like to go too fast. That's it. And once you get to there, you go slightly under the cheek. Onto the cheekbone there. Don't want to go too hard on the bony parts. Now, once you've got to the cheek parts here, I'm going to work on the eyes. So with the small part, to the temples. You don't want to go up too high. You want to avoid this area here where it's extremely fine. I almost want to sneeze at this point. I think it's obviously working stuff here. You could do this a few times. Again, if you wanted to put it into some cool water first, you know, especially if you're puffy-eyed. Just work it along there. Right, now let's work on this part here. So the largest part, so I'll just go in an upward motion. Again, it's quite bony here, so you don't need to go too hard. You could go across, but I tend to just go up. Right, and once you've done that, we'll start working our way down this part now. So I would probably use the smaller parts because it's a bit big to be using that. This is going to get in the way, so you want something slightly smaller. So by working the side of the nose and down, you can see it's kind of naturally wants to go in. This is great for sinuses. So if you suffer with hay fever, again, all the way down. Now we've got to that far, so I'd probably use this to start moving it because we've got here. So now we want to move it across to the ear. I'll do it again on that side. Right, so there we go. So we've done the face and we've done the neck. I'd probably just do 1 or 2 more times on the neck and across there. So all along there. Let's do that one more time. Right, so that's the jade roller. So of course we've put on our oil and everything, and we've moved and manipulated parts of, you know, toxins and lymph on the face. So it's got to go somewhere. You don't want to just suddenly leave it, say, oh, well, I'm done, because it's not actually quite just finished. Because otherwise it's just going to sit there. You need to get it down to the clavicle and release it into the rest of the body, as I always say, for elimination. So what we do is we've worked it all up to the ear part, is to just slowly just start to I go around in small circles. So this part all in front of the ear, all the way down, and then to these parts here at the back, and then just bring it down just gently. Again, you may want to swallow at this part, and again I'd go up, just work it, that's it, push it down, and then one last time. Again, just push it down. You can almost feel it, as I say, you do want to swallow. And then once we get to here, to the collarbone, to the décolleté, if you want to, it sounds better, you want to do some presses. You just want to press it because that will release it. So again, come all the way from down there, and then just give it just a few pumps, and take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, from the belly. And there we are, how I would use my jade roller for massage for the face. Now again, I hope you enjoyed this, and again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.